Funny how I've been wanting to make a YouTube channel and talk about things that I know other people should hear, maybe want to hear. And it's crazy how I procrastinated for probably a solid 3 months because I'm like, I want to wait so I can make it. I always want to make things the best. You know, I always want everything to be polished, professional, and you basically, the purpose of this channel is for me to be of service and share information that God shares with me. He talks to me in a variety of different ways, and different thoughts come to my mind. A lot of wisdom comes to my mind, and I know that it's not because I'm so smart, or not any really credit that I can give to myself, because I just am who He has allowed me to be. So any profound thoughts that I have, I always, pretty much um, ascribe those thoughts and the credit to Him, to God. And this is the God, Father of Christ Jesus, if anybody's wondering. And so, yeah, I've been procrastinating on making these types of videos because I want things to be perfect. I want to, you know, be like the rest of the traditional big box YouTubers, I'll call them. But there's just not really an opportunity to really be able to do that when you have a busy life, you're trying to build business. And honestly, you can say that I've kind of just been in God's way, and maybe even in my own way. You know, need to get out of my own way sometimes. While I'm worrying about um, having a professional site, somebody could be, facing some real grim circumstances, and the things that I say could help them get out of those circumstances. And they could really give a crap less if my content was professionally created when I told them what they needed to hear. um, so I just had a thought that came to me while I was sitting here talking to God, and I decided to, it's like, you know what? This thought is dope. And um, I don't want to forget about this one or put it on in my list of things to talk about that I know, I'm just going to probably procrastinate more and make the channel and talk about this like a year later or something. I was like, you know what? What a better time. Who cares? Um, and yeah, so I'm going to share this thought with you guys. And I think, okay, so one of the drawbacks about the fact that um, I'm not doing this currently, this channel is not operating like I would like it to. One of the things about that is you're gonna hear me have long pauses because that's how I talk in real life. I talk, I stop, I think, I think to myself, and then I'll keep talking because the whole purpose of the videos that I'm making is more so just for me to share my thoughts with you on certain subjects and life in general, and then how those things connect with my relationship with God, and how it might help you gain some a different vantage point to help you build your relationship with God. So you're gonna hear me ponder, just just sit here, or you're gonna see me ponder things sometimes while I'm talking. And if I were making this how I wanted it to, I would edit out probably a lot of those parts where I'm just thinking, and so that you can just watch it through. Um, but yeah. Anyway, getting straight to it. Um, after 6 minutes and 57 seconds, the thought that I had was, um, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do too, so that I don't have too many complaints. Not that I really give a crap about your complaints, but I'm gonna put a a link or um, something in the description to say when the video starts. Somebody's gonna do it in the comments anyway, so I might as well get ahead of it. Be like, the video starts at 7 minutes 44 seconds. Yeah, I got you guys covered. So here's the thought. I'm sitting here talking to God, and I was just like, I was literally talking, and I mean, I've done this before. I just don't do it very often. I usually work. Um, yeah, I'll wake up, I'll eat, I'll maybe go on a short walk, and then I'll work. And by the end of the day, I watch some Netflix, typically like most people. Um, I'm watching Narcos Mexico right now, dope show. And then I'll read typically a chapter of my Bible every night. And like last night, I really didn't feel like reading, so I just listened to the audio Bible. And tonight, I'm feeling more energized after work. So I'm thinking to myself, like, instead of trying to force myself to find something to do that I like, let me sit back and give to God. Give. See, time is money, right? In our life currently. And money is time. You have to exchange your time and provide some type of service or product. And for the time that you're spending to sell that service or sell that product, you're going to get money in exchange for that time. So your time literally is unconverted money. So you could say, at least I'm comfortable saying, that time is also a solid form of currency or value that you can freely give to God as opposed to money, physical money. You don't just always have to have money to give to God. You can give with your time because time is money. So, for the people who don't have a lot of money to give, if they go to church on Sunday service, um, or you don't have all the money to give when every time somebody asks you for money, um, you can't really give like you maybe want to kids that are hungry and things of that nature. You can give to God by spending quality time with Him. And the thing that I personally think about God is you can spend time with Him just like you're spending time with me now. On this video, sitting back, listening. You're listening, and I'm talking. And it's the same way with God. Sometimes you're the one listening, and He's the one talking. And so you can give your time to God listening sometimes. And sometimes I'll just sit here, I'll lean back, close my eyes, and just let my thoughts flow and see what thoughts come and what thoughts might be from God. And I kind of make it, He knows what is going on. So I don't have to particularly say out loud anything. I can sit here, close my eyes, and think like, Lord, I'm going to spend some time with you, and I'm just going to sit here in silence, close my eyes, and spend time with you. And at that moment, He knows that the time that you're spending right then, you're spending time in His presence with Him. It's no distractions. You're not checking text messages in between. You're not swiping through Tinder. You're just spending that time with Him. So just like you and a friend, maybe your friend's talking and you're listening. And then sometimes it's the other way around. And it used to feel like silly to me, or not something that I did often. Well, I won't say silly. It wasn't comfortable to me to talk out loud to God in a room where I'm empty, empty room, just talking out loud to God, because He wasn't, obviously I can't hear Him talking back to me like you would if you're in person with a friend or a family member. But I'm 28 now, so my relationship with God over the span of my lifetime has gotten closer, stronger and stronger. I had moments where I distanced myself from Him, different periods in life. And then now, over the last, I'd say 5 years, my relationship has been pretty consistent. And so, as I've been consistently reading the Bible, listening to the Bible, and considering, I'm by nature I'm a very watchful person, so I'll watch a lot of things that are happening in life, and I'll have thoughts like how that relates to something that God might want me to get out of what just happened. Like, what would He want me to learn from what just happened? Or what is the a deeper understanding about what just happened and how that relates to basically, like, I see a lot of stuff that happens and I think, like, how would God think about that situation that just happened? What would be his thoughts on it? So I have thoughts like that a lot. And I've had more thoughts like that increasingly as I have gotten more, just more closer with him. And I'd say the number one way to get close is to read about him, because unlike unlike me and you who are physically present right now, we can ask each other. Like, I can ask a friend a question and I can get the answer right there. And I'll be like, what's your favorite color? They'll just tell me. With God, we don't have that privilege to get just instant back and forth answers right like that. But what he did do to help us build a relationship with him, um, is the book, the Bible. So he left this book and we can read about him. And a lot of things, especially in the Old Testament, a lot of things happen between mankind and him, and mankind will do something or say something, and then he will react to that. And so you get to see his reactions, and through those reactions and the things that he says about what's being done on earth, about different choices and actions men and women are making on earth, you will start to learn about how he thinks. And just like a person who is physically with you on earth, when you get to know someone, sometimes we know what not to say or what not to ask to certain friends or family. Like, I know I can't ask my mom or talk to my mom about this or that because I know how she is. I know it. I already know what she's going to say. Or I know what my dad's going to say. Or I know I can't go to this friend and ask him about money because he ain't got no money. I know how he is with money. You spent enough time knowing these people's everydays, their everyday processes and procedures, how they think, how they react to things, that you just know them. So you know how they think. And I say all that to say, as I build my relationship with God, I have and read about him in the Bible. You don't need to be, for me, I like to keep it. I find that I can only realistically read about one chapter a day. So I say, I would recommend, if you're going to read, typically read. I only am going to co-sign the King James Version of the Bible for the most part. But I have a Bible app called My Sword Bible, and the deluxe version has like King James, and you can add another, like, English, basic English or something version Bible, or the NIV, and you can parallel them next to one another. And there's certain, the other version really like destroys what some scriptures really are saying. And so you just, God will tell you, you have to use your common sense too. Like, okay, this version here doesn't know what they're talking about. That translation was wrong. I don't use this to get like understand, to particularly get like full let you know what I mean. I think you guys know what I'm saying. I use the other paralleled version to gain additional understanding on certain words that are stated in the King James Bible that we don't use today. So I'll look for the modern version of that word to help me gain a deeper context. And through reading over the last couple of years, at about a chapter a day, usually 25, 30 verses, or a chapter, whichever one is less. I've gotten to know who God is a lot better. And so it makes it not as weird when I'm spending time with him like now. It makes it not weird at all, actually. I'm to the point where it's not strange at all. I literally talk to God like I'm talking to you now or talking to anyone who's physically present in front of me, and it's not strange at all. I'll talk, you know, like I said, sometimes when you spend time with God, He's the one talking to you and you're listening. Or other times, you're the one talking to Him and He's listening. And let me see, 21 minutes and 5 seconds. So, all right, I'm going to put this in the description too, because this is the most like biggest um, light bulb moment of why I made this video. 21 minutes, 5 seconds, and then the other one was 7 minutes, 44 seconds. So, whenever you're talking to somebody and you're trying to figure something out, that like maybe it's not anything in particular that you're trying to figure out, like you're talking to one of your friends about just like just maybe life in general or maybe a particular situation, but you don't even know what the answer, you don't know what question to really ask your friend, or you don't know what to say in particular to your friend. You're just kind of venting, you're just kind of shooting the breeze, but you're in your heart, you know that something in life I want the answer to. Like there's something that, like, through all the hustle and the my everyday regimen that I go through, I don't feel whole.